Today we're going to discuss homeowners insurance and what happens if you have loss of property. And joining me today to give his expert advice is Joel Dunham, who is the president and CEO of Ovation Insurance. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How's it
Thanks for having
going?
me back. Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so this topic is so important. Knowing what people have as options for their insurance if they are homeowners, and what happens if an emergency happens, especially now with the holiday season being here and so many things can go awry, like at home, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure you're busy right now.
Yep, if you have more people over, there's a lot going on at the home, and of course as the weather gets colder, then we have snow and ice to deal with too. So yep, lots of fun.
Lots of fun, yes. Okay, so let's talk about different scenarios and what people's options are to file an insurance claim. So let's start off with if, let's say a fire happens, right? So there are electrical cords that are all about the Christmas tree, the candles that are lit, cooking a lot. A fire may happen. What's the first thing someone should do or really have top of mind when it comes to filing their claim?
Yeah, well, the first thing to do is to get it stopped if you can. So call the fire department right away. If you have a fire extinguisher, do what you can. Get everybody out of harm's way. Just do everything you can to minimize damage, but don't put yourself in a position where you could be at risk as well.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of their options when it comes to with the insurance claim? Are they able to file and then be able to cash out? Is there any type of penalty? Can you kind of explain that process?
Yeah, so I guess it depends on the severity of the claim. Mm-hmm. So different companies have different things that you can do. So if it's a partial claim where part of the home is damaged or part of your belongings, in that case you'll work with the company directly and they'll do all they can to restore you to what you have, assuming that you have replacement cost on your policy. Mm-hmm. If, for example, it ends up being a total loss, where the entire home is gone, all of your belongings are gone, most companies out there will give you full replacement on that to help you restore what you had and get you back to a place where you were before. There are actually companies out there that will allow you to cash out. Mm-hmm. If you have one of those. And so most companies require that you rebuild on the same location that you lived on. Mm-hmm. However, if you are in a position where maybe you've been thinking about moving or building somewhere else, or maybe you just don't like your neighbors and you want to get out of there, yeah. There are some companies that will allow you to cash out at full replacement, take the money, and move on. Wow. Most companies in that circumstance will allow you to do that, but they will give you the depreciated value of the home, so you're not going to get the full replacement. But mm-hmm. if that's something that's interesting to you, there are companies that will do that.
Yeah, okay. So that's if a home burns down. What if, let's think of another situation. What if someone has a loss of property? So let's say they have a very expensive jewelry or maybe like their engagement ring or something, and it has a high value. What should they do in that case to recover the cost? Yeah,
that's a big question that we get around Christmas and holidays. You know, lots of expensive gifts out there, and so if you have something especially expensive, you're going to want to list that on your policy. You're going to want to call your agent and say, hey, mm-hmm. I got this this ring, or I got this necklace, or I got a bike, whatever it happens to be. You can let them know, I have this, I want to list it specifically on my policy. And in many cases, if something happens to it, the coverage is going to be broader, and you may not even have a deductible for it. Oh. Which is a pretty good thing. Most companies will give you a limited amount of coverage for certain things like that. Like most companies, for instance, will have what's called a sublimit for your jewelry, right? So they will give you maybe $2,500 max for your jewelry if something happens. But anything over that, you're going to be responsible for. And the coverage is probably going to be a little more limited than it would be. So if you just happen to lose it on vacation, you're probably not going to see anything. But if you have it scheduled, there's a possibility you may actually be able to recover it, even if you just lost it.
See, that's good, because I think that's something people do not think about. As you're buying these big gifts for the holiday season, do you actually take the time to make sure they're covered? And then it's also like, who covers them? Is it under your homeowner's insurance? Is it under some type of personal liability insurance? So what you're saying is they should definitely call and add it to their home policy list.
Yes, that would be a property coverage. And so it's actually called inland marine. It's kind of a weird name, but that's what you would schedule it under. And typically that's going to be attached to your homeowner's policy.
Yeah, and that's good. And I think also thinking about different valuables around the home. So with the earlier scenario, if your house burned down or if you had some type of damage, water damage, pipes busted or something like that, the current property that's in your home, you need to have an inventory of that, right, in order to be able to properly file a claim and get the results you're looking for.
Yeah, and your agent should be able to provide you with maybe a form that you can fill out to document everything you have. I always say just take a video. That's going to be a lot easier than writing everything down, because that changes just maybe once a year, twice a year, however often you want to do it, depending on how much your situation changes. Walk through the house, document everything you have, keep that on file, give it to your agent, and then that'll make things a lot smoother, at least if you do have a claim.
I love that. Okay, so we're challenging you all with a tangible instruction right now. Take a moment right now, pull out your phone, go around your home, take a photo, take a video of all of your valuables, and just, sync it to your computer, add a little folder onto your phone just to have it. And then every time you buy something new, boop, take a picture. Okay, that's a part of my inventory just to be covered. I know we all think, oh, that wouldn't happen to me, but it does. And accidents are very miscellaneous and random, as you know.
Definitely true.
Okay, so if someone is interested in getting in contact with you and really getting the proper coverage that they need this holiday season, how should they contact you?
Yeah, our website is ovationinsure.com. You can reach us there through an online form. You can call us, you can email us. All of our information will be listed there, and we'd be happy to talk with you as soon as you're free.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Ovation Insurance, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.